What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Nintendo Land, and welcome back to yet again another Luigi's Mansion 4 game concept video. So if you don't know what this is, I've made a lot of these so far. In fact, there's been 5 other videos I've made on this concept, and you can see them on the screen. There's a whole playlist. I'll link it in the description down below for you to check it out, and a title card above for you to click if you want to watch the other videos. But I pretty much talked about Luigi having a haunted experience in a train, in a boat, in a museum, in a mall, and even a haunted castle, but today we're moving it even a step further. One comment I've seen a lot is you guys really wanting to see an amusement park themed Luigi's Mansion game, and I couldn't agree more. I think it would be an absolutely amazing setting for something like this. So of course I got to work thinking of some concepts and some ideas. Now of course this is never going to be a fully fleshed out game right now. This is just some ideas I shot onto some paper, but I hope you guys enjoy the concepts overall. Real quick before we get started, you guys got us to a whopping 202 subscribers the last video we posted, so let's see how many we can get on this video. If you really enjoy Luigi's Mansion 4 concepts, definitely let me know by leaving a like and subscribing and comment down below. But enough rambling, let's jump into Luigi's Mansion 4, the Paranormal theme park. So let's talk about the whole story about this game. What is this going to be about? Well, Mario and the gang hear about a brand new amusement park opening up nearby and decide to go check it out because it's a fun thing to do as a group. Obviously, this is different than staying in a mansion or a hotel, so clearly there should be no issues, right? Right? Well, there are more people invited this time around, including Mario, Peach, Donkey Kong, Yoshi, Wario, and Waluigi, and even maybe Rosalina and Pauline. That's a lot of characters, I know, but maybe each character can be tied to a specific world or location on the map. So instead of collecting shards of the Dark Moon or elevator buttons, instead you're collecting characters and their portraits that are scattered across the amusement park, and each area is its own individual world, but you can roam the entire theme park freely. Yes, you can go to any world that you want in any order, as long as you just stay in the amusement park. Yep, it's just like a giant open world amusement park to some extent, allowing you to tackle your quest the way you want to. However, some areas might be a lot harder than others, so you might have to come back and revisit areas once you upgrade your gear a lot more before trying to tackle some of the harder ones off the rip. But if you want to, you absolutely can. But yes, King Boo and the help of some boss ghosts have captured every single character, and you have to collect them all, ending with Princess Peach. Yes, Mario this time around will probably be one of the first ones you collect and actually help you a little bit on your adventure. Once again, it's just a simple story of a haunted amusement park, just like 1, 2, and 3. There's not a whole lot to dive into. But now I want to dive into the locations that we'll visit and the boss ghosts that we'll fight in each area. So I think there will be one mandatory location that you have to visit first, and it's pretty much where you will start the game. You will start the game back on the outside of the amusement park, right where the front gate is. Maybe Luigi's the last one to get there for some reason, and he's late to the party, and he finds the amusement park already taken over by ghosts and ran over by King Boo. So maybe you'll start by the pier. Maybe you'll come by a boat, and that's the first area. Maybe there's like a little pirate themed pier area with tons of pirate ships and pirate themed ghosts all over the area, and it's your job to make your way through the front gate in order to enter the amusement park. This is where you'll learn the ropes, get your gear, and learn everything that you need to learn before actually entering the park. The pier can also have little yachts and maybe other NPCs' boats. Maybe there are actually unique brand new NPCs in this game as well, instead of just toads and the characters that you expect. Would be pretty cool. There could be little shacks and entrances and little ticket booths and stuff in order to get into the park, but pretty much just the beginning of the area. Boss ghost here can maybe be the ticket collector at the front gate, or maybe like a security guard ghost, kind of similar to Cruller from Luigi's Mansion 3, or maybe even like a pirate themed boss ghost that's in charge of these pirate ships along the pier. The second area can be a water world style of theme park with giant water slides and pools and just water rides everywhere. Luigi can actually swim in this area and maybe even have a special suit where he can dive into the super deep pools and suck up water ghost. Something along those lines would be really cool. I think it'd be different to be underwater and being able to suck up ghosts, maybe a very special type of vacuum in order to let Luigi do this, but this would just be weird and cool at the same time. Maybe the main boss is a strong looking lifeguard, very similar to the first game's Biff Atlas and the third game's Johnny Deepend. So something along those lines would be cool to see another big buff ghost, but maybe there's another boss in this area as well that's just like a giant ghost kraken, or like a giant ghost gooper blooper would be really cool. This could be very similar to Sunshine, where you have to suck off the individual tentacles and then pull the mouth and then fling it back at him. Then there could be a roller coaster area with tons of roller coasters and maybe missions where you need to actually ride them and suck up ghosts along the way, kind of like Super Mario Sunshine's roller coaster missions. That was actually pretty unique, and I think it'd be really cool to have something like that in Luigi's Mansion. Maybe there's like multiple different coasters that you can ride, and you also have to control your coaster by jumping over broken sections of the ride, kind of like the Donkey Kong Country minecart sections. There can be a ghost kid who loves roller coasters as a boss ghost that you have to attack as well, and fight him on a separate coaster as you're riding alongside of him. Something else that'd be cool is maybe one of those tourist trains that take you pretty much along the entire park, and it maybe shrinks Luigi to make the train feel huge when you get into that area of the park. You have to make your way all the way from the back of the train all the way to the front of the train where the conductor ghost is. So you'll pass through train cars filled with different types of boss ghosts as well that you'll have to figure out in each section how to take them out. Yes, this game will not just have boss ghosts like one in each area. There'll be multiple that actually fill out the areas as kind of NPCs as well, but only certain ones can be taken down. Think of like the Morty situation where you didn't have to take them down. There's just multiple different themed ghosts to interact with this time instead of just the greenies, the blues, the reds, you know what I mean? Now, since this is an amusement park, there also has to be places to eat, like food stands and vendors in order to grab some snacks, popcorn, corn dogs, just different types of food. So a whole food themed area like an outside food court would be really cool. And maybe the main boss ghost here is just some big fat ghost, very similar to Mr. Lugs or something that you have to take down as he's trying to eat everything from all the stands. But I just think a food area would be pretty cool. There's not much else to talk about there. And if you have a food area, why not a carnival style games area where you can win tickets and play little games like skee ball or throwing darts at a board or shooting 3-pointers in a basketball game. Something along those lines would be really cool, and the main boss ghost could be like this rigged ghost carny guy who's just trying to rig all the games, and every single game has some weird thing that tries to hurt Luigi. Could be a really cool concept. There can also be a section with more rides and attractions, like fair rides, like bumper cars and merry-go-rounds, swings, and a giant Ferris wheel that you can do things with. And maybe there's like a ghost monkey climbing along everything, like on top of the Ferris wheel, and it's your job to go up there and chase him or something like that. Would be pretty cool. Something else I would love to see is maybe a circus tent area where there's ghost animals performing that you have to take out in different sections, and there's a creepy clown who actually runs the whole thing. It's a ghost clown that can even shapeshift, kind of like Pennywise. I know that's scary and creepy, but this is Luigi's Mansion, so it'd be like a less creepy version. But yeah, a giant creepy ghost clown would be an awesome boss ghost for this area, or maybe one giant ghost lion at the end that you have to take out. I also thought maybe having some sort of like little sports park would be cool, kind of like a Magic Mountain kind of area where it's all outside. There's like putt-putt, maybe a driving range, batting cages, maybe like a little soccer field to play on, or a hockey ice skating rink. There could be some really cool areas like that, with maybe like a whole bunch of, you know, themed athletic boss ghosts that all participate in these different sports that you have to take down, and you have to beat them with their respective sports. I thought that'd be really, really cool. Like maybe they're all brothers or some part of one big sports family or something that you have to take down. Brothers and sisters and mom and dad and everything. That would be so cool. Alright, I think that's enough for the locations and for the bosses at this time. Let's move on to some abilities before wrapping up about how the game will close. So I think it'd be cool if Luigi got some type of new vacuum gun. Yeah, I know this is crazy, but hear me out. Maybe there's some more flood mechanics that Mario had on Flood, maybe put into the Poltergust. And of course, EGAD made both, so he could definitely do that. Maybe allowing for some type of high-pressured water gun or something along those lines, like a power washer, like a flood power washer kind of component of the vacuum would be really cool, where Luigi has to power wash some specific areas that have lots of goop on it. It won't be like Mario Sunshine levels, but just some areas that has some thick goop that he has to power wash off in order to find hidden secrets and collectibles would be super cool. And what if Luigi's Poltergust actually had different attachments. For instance, you could have different nozzles that changed the way the Poltergust actually worked. You could have kind of a tube end that works really good for individual ghosts and individual captures, and maybe not great for multiple ghosts. Maybe there's one that's more giant wide end that actually is good for multiple ghosts, but a lot slower. Maybe there's a vacuum that's a lot smaller and lighter and allows you to dodge, jump, and roll easy. And maybe there's one that's a lot bigger that's super heavy and makes Luigi walk slower and move slower as well, and maybe not even able to jump, but has amazing suction power. I think having these options and taking down ghosts and even boss ghosts with different types of nozzles would be really cool. Other types could be maybe like a hand vacuum would be really cool, or maybe one of those little robot ones that go around the room that he can maybe ride on top of in order to get over specific areas would also be awesome. Some other cool abilities is maybe the Poltergust can actually shrink or grow Luigi. Certain sections he can shrink like the Minish Cap and go into small cracks and crevices for new areas, or he can grow really big like Dream Team in only specific areas, which would still be really cool. Or I would love to just see elements return, like from the first game. Fire, water, ice. It's kind of weird how we haven't seen that return since, and I would love it to make a return. And then for the final boss, it would obviously be against King Boo, but I would love something definitely more interesting here. I think we're due for a really cool final boss for Luigi's Mansion, because 3 didn't really do it, 2 was pretty good, not the greatest, and 1 was just okay to me. So I would love something that actually takes elements from everything that you did in the game. Maybe you battle King Boo in little sections across the entire theme park, doing some similar things that you've done, like maybe a quick roller coaster battle section or a quick water park theme section. Maybe you just go around the park warping to different areas and battling him in each area, and then finally one final battle 1v1 in the middle of the theme park, and there's like a giant tornado like ripping up the entire theme park as you're battling him. Something that's just a lot more climactic of an ending I think would be really cool. And that was a new concept for Luigi's Mansion 4. Definitely let me know down below if you guys enjoyed that concept, and if there's any other ones that you want to see. I still have a couple more in mind, but definitely let me know in the comments down below if you want to see another one, and you can make that happen by leaving a like, subscribing, and sharing the video. Thank you so much for tuning in, and like always, I'll see you all on the next one. See you guys.